Andy and Marisa here with your Essential Italy, and we're going to talk about our New Year's week, which wasn't abundant again because it's cold and it's New Year's, and a lot of the things are shut down. On New Year's Day though, we did this really cool thing. We went to Lago Trasimeno, and there was a local club, and what was it?
Quelli del 65, meaning those of the year 1965.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's an organization. They do voluntary,
right, do civic work, stuff like that.
And stuff like that.
But they decided, I think there were only 4 of them, that they were going to jump into the lake and swim it. And they did, and I've got it on camera, and
they just jumped into the lake.
Jumped in and swam from one boat to another, and that was that.
I was thinking like a boat full of people were going to jump in, because everywhere in Italy, they do this. They do this in Viareggio. They do this, in other places along the coast. And so I was expecting like a whole bunch of people jumping in, and it was literally 3 people.
Yeah, it was interesting, but I had seen it before. I taught English in Russia years ago, and I was in Siberia in Omsk during Epiphany, and the locals would do something similar. They cut a big block out of the ice, and they all dive in their underwear. Some of them are naked.
Did not pay me
and it's like 30 below zero. It was not. I didn't even want to be there. It was so cold, and but these people are like doing this thing. But teach their own. More power to them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that was New Year's. All right. So yesterday was a beautiful day. Yesterday was Saturday. Gorgeous, beautiful, cloudless. Sun was bright and shining in the sky, this beautiful day. So we decided in the morning that we were going to take the train to Foligno. So we take the train normally from Tarantello, Cortona,
which is right here.
Which is like 10 kilometers away. It's not very far. And it was a nonstop route.
There's lots of parking.
Yeah,
so
always great. It was always great. So she buys the tickets, first class tickets. Even we're like, let's spend the extra €10. We'll sit in leather chairs or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, show up at the train station about 15 minutes before the departure time, and there is not a parking spot anywhere near there. Like anywhere.
Yeah, well, they blocked off everything.
They blocked off the whole front of the train station and all the train station parking because there was a festival or an event or something that we weren't aware of. No parking anywhere.
Furious.
So we got a little frustrated over that. I didn't take any video of it because I was trying just to get out of
we were trying to find parking.
The mess that it was with everybody trying to park where they were. So we instead we decided to go and check out some of the hilltop and fortified cities in Umbria that we had not visited.
Close by
that we could drive to that weren't going to be a 2-hour drive each way. So we went to Piegaro, all right, and really neat little town, and we went to a glass museum.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put that video up because it's really neat that the glass museum that they have there was the actual factory, and it's where they were producing these demijohns and glass bottles and all this different stuff. And they had pictures of the ladies that were making the weaving the baskets for the bottles and all of that. And I don't know when it went out of business.
Probably in the 70s, it sounds like, because they had pictures of those workers from the 60s.
From the 60s, but very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The town itself is small, and it really revolves around that glass factory. So, but it's worth the visit.
Went up the right way? Is it over here? Go to the wall. Don't make me laugh. I gotta pee.
Jeez. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh. What's that?
There's a glass museum.
I see that, yeah.
Look at the shaft.
Oh, wow.
Smoke, what's it?
Yeah.
Smoke shaft? What's it called?
Smokestack.
Yeah, smokestack. I can't speak. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Bendisi.
Oh.
Okay. I guess we go up here. I don't know.
Okay. What did we call this town? Piegaro?
Piegaro.
Piegaro. Piegaro.
Stop.
That was funny. Oh, that's not bad.
That big brewery there we sat inside. We tried all those beers. Okay, so the vaulted room. Let's go to the vaulted room. This is the vaulted room. This room is likely to be the oldest part of the building. The evocative cross vault, still blackened by smoke, was a production area used before the two main buildings were merged together during the 19th century in order to obtain one big room for all the phases of the production. So this is a glass factory.
Oh, the molds.
This is the furnace.
That's pretty cool. Furnace.
That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That was the kiln. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the kilns, anyway. This is the stock room.
Look at this jug.
The casting. Oh wow, looks like a gas tank.
Yeah, this is square. All the glass flow, I guess. Let's see what it says. What's that? What's that say?
Okay, that was the last glass that came out of the furnace before they shut it down. That was the last production right there.
Okay.
And it's like melted.
Yeah, right. It melted and it hardened up. All right, so
those two are.
You gotta watch. If you're tall, you gotta watch. That's my eye level, right there. Eye level. That's what I'm seeing. I got a duck.
The stock room. These were the stock rooms back here. These two rooms here.
Oh, okay.
For the glass objects, that's where they kept them all.
This is where they kept everything they blew and let it cool.
And these are the ladies that used to do the straw around the
baskets.
Around the baskets.
Yeah.
Something so taken for granted, but look at all the work that goes into it.
Oh yeah, no, it's a lot.
They went into it anyway.
They went into it, yeah.
These are look. You could put ice in there, so it keeps it cool.
Oh, nice.
That's what it says neat. Here. That's neat.
Oh, that's a neat.
Yeah. So it has the little.
Yeah.
Inside, it's got the little thing, and you put the ice in there.
Like a wine decanter, but you can put your white wine in and chill it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. All right. Then we went to
Pietrafitta. It's a lake.
Yeah,
but it's a man-made lake.
Yeah, and I've got some video that I'll put up for that as well. The lake was built for hydroelectric power, and so you have all this hydroelectric, cooling towers and all this stuff out around it, and it's hideous to look at, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But they have a museum there that is paleontological, and apparently this guy was a manager in a coal mine, and he started finding these fossils and really was curious about it. Long story short, he ended up getting the University of Perugia involved, and they started to collect these fossils and the fossil record from Umbria, from this spot in Umbria. And it's pretty cool. The animals that were here, the fossils that they find, you don't really link that to Italy.
Apparently it was a million, no more than that. He said 240 million years ago. The area was, believe it or not, subtropical. It was a tropical area. So the animals that they found are animals that you wouldn't normally see here in Italy, like mammoths and elephants and other animals that are not really from this area. Yeah. But it's interesting. It's the whole story behind it. I think, if you put the link in, they can go and check it out.
Yeah, I will see. If I can get the link. The museum, the only thing I didn't really think was really helpful for English-speaking visitors is on their placard cards, on the big information cards, it's all in Italian. However, they give you a wristband, and I show it in the video, and you can tap it on the TV, and that's in English. Yeah. But it's not the same information that's on the placards necessarily. Right. So that's the only thing I think was not Well. But it's an Italian-speaking country, so it's what you're going to get. It's €4 a person to get in. Both museums we went to, it was €4.
Very inexpensive.
Very, very inexpensive, and I thought it was well worth it. And so for next week, we ended up going to. I'm not going to put the video in on that because we did that later, and then we had some issues. That we wanted to get it all done. But we ended up going to the medieval city of Chiusi, and it's beautiful. It really is a stunning hilltop town.
Really pretty.
All the times we've been here in the past, and we've lived here for 3 months, and we hadn't gone, and it's just right here.
It's like 20 minutes away.
So we went up and we walked through the town, and we were trying. There's several museums there. There's an Etruscan museum. There's an underground.
The underground city and the catacombs. Yeah. The labyrinth. It's a labyrinth.
And we had planned on doing that yesterday, but the information office that sells the tickets and books your reservation closed at 12:30.
Yeah, we were late.
And we got there at almost 1.
But we'll do it next week.
So next week we plan on going back, and we're going to get the tickets, and we're going to go through all of it and film it. So that'll be in the video for next Sunday, and I'll just combine all of it in one big video, and then we'll let you know what goes on with our house hunt, because hopefully our lawyer is back from vacation on Monday, we think, or Tuesday, because Monday's the Epiphany. So we think she'll be back on Tuesday, and we really want to get something going with this if possible. And if they're just not going to agree to our terms, then we're going to make an offer on this other house we looked at that's on the lake, and it's big. It just needs a tremendous amount of work.
Yeah, I don't even know.
So yeah, it needs a roof. It needs a lot. It needs doors, windows.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just I'm not too keen on that.
But it is a great location.
Sidebar.
I know. Yeah, she made it clear, but it's a great location, and it would make an awesome B&B down the road.
Well, we need to find out if they will allow it too, because that's a protected area down there. So, but anyway.
So. Oh, what else? I don't know. I got a dentist appointment this week, so I have a doctor. I have a dentist. That's good. She has a doctor.
I went to the doctor. Yeah. So great thing. I had forgotten all about this. In Italy, when you have your tessera sanitaria, here in Italy, you just walk into the doctor and no charge. I already have a couple of appointments set up for various things.
Routine diagnostics,
but we talked about getting an MRI for my neck because my posture is really bad and all of that. So easy peasy. I just have to book it. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how the appointments are.
Yeah, for those of you moving here from United States or UK or Australia, whatever English-speaking countries, it was not that difficult to find an English-speaking doctor, and it was not that hard to find an English-speaking dentist. So it's one of those things where even if I speak enough Italian to order food at a restaurant to have a very basic conversation, but I don't speak enough Italian to explain to my doctor what medicines I'm on or need, or to explain to the dentist if I have a toothache and where it's at and all that. It's just, that's a little above what I know, and I think that's probably a lot of people who aren't just totally fluent in Italian. They're not going to be able to get by with that. So it helps to have a doctor that's fluent in English. So anyway, all right. Until next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Ciao.
Ciao.